Hey, fourth grade. Alrighty. I hope you did well on your mid-chapter yesterday. I know you did. We're going to be doing 10.5 and 10.6 combined today because both lessons are about symmetry. So I'm just combining them into one day. All right, so line symmetry is just when one half of a shape is the reflection of the other, kind of like how you have a right hand and a left hand, like your two halves of your body match. The same thing can go with shapes. When shapes have a line of symmetry, that just means that they have an imaginary line that is dividing that shape into two equal parts, which means that both sides of the shape after the line's been drawn have the same size and the same shape. All right, so there are three different types of symmetry. You can have a vertical line of symmetry, which is when you split the shape in half like this. You can have a horizontal line of symmetry, which is when you take the shape and cut it in half this way. Or you can have diagonal symmetry, which is when you cut the shape in half like this. All righty, so let's go ahead and look at some of these and see if they are a line of symmetry. All right, so let's look here at number one, this triangle. The line of symmetry is here. Do both halves of this shape, after we're on both sides of where the line's been drawn, match? Yes, they do. So this would be a line of symmetry. All righty. What about this line? This is a diagonal line of symmetry. If we were to fold this, so when you fold paper diagonally, so if you were to take that shape and you were to fold it this way to where the paper is folding corner to corner, would those two halves match up? No, they would not. So that is not a line of symmetry. All right, let's look at number three. It's got a horizontal line of symmetry. If I were to fold this top half down this way, because when we fold it, we fold over the line, would this top half match this bottom half? No, it would not, because look, this corner would end up meeting here, and this corner would end up meeting there. It would not match the corners at the bottom of the shape. So that is not a line of symmetry. What about this arrow? We've got another horizontal line of symmetry. If I folded the top half of this arrow down towards the bottom half, would those two sides match? Yes, they would. This corner would match to here. This corner would match to the bottom corner, and both of these lines would line up on top. So that is a line of symmetry. Number five, we have, what type of symmetry is this? Vertical, very good. Vertical goes up and down. To these two halves of the heart match. If we were to fold this part of the heart over this way onto that side, would they meet up? Yes, they would. Very good. All righty. Look at number six, we've got a square. And what type of symmetry is this? Very good, it is diagonal. So if I were to take this corner here and fold it over the line there, would those two halves of that square match? Yes, it would. Very good. Yes, it would. All right. They also want us to draw some lines of symmetry. Now, on your assignment today, you're not going to be able to draw lines of symmetry, but I'm still going to show you how to draw lines of symmetry on these figures so that you can know when you are doing it next year in fifth grade. All righty. So let's look at number seven. We've got a pentagon with 5 sides. And the line of symmetry, I'm going to want to draw that line of symmetry where I know when I fold that shape in half, it's going to meet on both sides. All right, so if I were to put my pen here and cut it horizontally, would the top and bottom match? No, they would not. Very good. So it does not have horizontal line symmetry. Let's try diagonal symmetry. If I were to cut it like this, would this side and this side match? No, it would not. So it does not have diagonal symmetry. But what if I put it here to try for vertical symmetry? Would those two halves match? Yes, they would. Very good. So this pentagon does have vertical symmetry. Very good. All right, let's look over here at this Pac-Man type shape. All righty. If I cut my shape in half here, would the top and bottom halves match? No, definitely not. This whole piece is missing right here. So there's nothing for it to match up to here. What if I folded it vertically like this? Nope. Now this part would fold over here and have nothing for it to match to for that empty spot. But what if I cut it like this? Would those halves match? Yes, they would. So this shape has diagonal symmetry. Very good. All right, number 9, we've got a star. If I cut the shape in half here, horizontally, would those two halves match? No, definitely not, because this point of the star here does not have a point to match to down here. What if I cut it diagonally? Would it match like that? Nope, because again, this point here does not have a point to match to over here. What if I cut it vertically? Would those two halves match then? Yes, they would. Very good. So this star has a vertical line of symmetry. Very good. All right, and last but not least, we've got this moon. So if I were to draw a vertical line of symmetry here, would that work like that? No, definitely not. That would fold way over here into empty space. What about horizontally? Possible, but not quite. So what if I cut it vertically and I folded this point this way over the pen? Very good. Yes, if I cut it diagonally like this point will fold this way and match to right here. All right, very good. So remember that a line of symmetry is just an imaginary line that divides a shape into two equal parts. They must be equal, they must match, and you can cut it vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. All right, guys, have a great afternoon. You do have an assignment and you will have a brand new lesson tomorrow on Wednesday instead of review. So make sure that you do that as well. Have a great afternoon.